So we've seen some questions about this on our DCR last week about what kind of point of view is the story written in. I know, I think it was Alexa last week who asked a very good question. What about second person point? Second person point of view, we don't work with a whole lot in fourth grade, but second person point of view is basically when somebody is telling you a story about somebody else. The easiest way to think about it is it's kind of like when people are gossiping about someone. Oh my gosh, did you hear what so and so said? Or did you hear what so and so did? That's second person. Because they're not talking about themselves, they're talking about somebody else. But the ones that we focus on in fourth grade are first person and third person. First person means that your story, whatever it is being told by a character that is in the story. So a way to think about it is like when someone tells you a story about themselves. Okay? When a story is in first person point of view, you'll see these keywords very often. The words I, the words me, and the words we. Okay? You'll see them still in third person, but if you see them popping up a lot, then that's a big, big clue that this is a first person point of view story. For example, if someone was telling you a story about themselves, about maybe what they did for the weekend, and if they told you, uh, we went to the store and we bought some ornaments for our Christmas tree, and then I got to pick out what star we were gonna put on the top, and then I asked my mom if we could get hot chocolate from Starbucks, and she said yes. So then we went to Starbucks and we got hot chocolate, and then we went home to decorate our tree. And I got to put up all the blue ornaments, and my brother got to put up all the red ones. And then my mom put the star at the very top of the tree. There's a lot of times in that story where we use words like I, like we, like me, like my. So if you keep seeing those words pop up over and over again, that's a big, big clue that the story that you're reading is a first person point of view story. Now, a third person is a story that is told by somebody else, someone who's not in your story. So, somebody from outside. Usually that means it's one person telling you a story about somebody else. So keywords here are that in a third person story, you won't see words like I and me and we as often. The words you'll see more of are words like he or she or them, or they'll use people's names. A good example of this is our read aloud book, Coraline. There's a lot of times in that book where they use her name, right? Coraline. A lot of times in the book, the adults that live in that same house get her name wrong. They keep calling her Caroline, and she keeps having to remind them it's Coraline. There's a lot of times in our story where it says that Coraline does this or that she did that, or even when it talks about like Miss Spink and Miss Forcible, it might say they did this, or it talks about her mom or her dad, and it might say they did this or he or she did that. So this is a third person point of view. Something where the narrator, the person telling us the story, is not Coraline. It's not her mom. It's not her dad. It's not Miss Spink or Miss Forcible. It's not the old man upstairs. It's not her other mother. It's somebody who is not a character in the story. So that's why they use the names and why they use words like he or she or them, because they are not in the story. So they have to use those words.